Welcome back, everybody. This is the Book Bonk Podcast After Dark because it is late and we're all borderline to the point of sleep drunk delusional insanity.
Heck yeah, we are.
I'm Chilly.
And I'm Ray.
Welcome back. We are going over chapters 13, 14, 15, and 16 for Fourth Wing on this episode, which is all about threshing. It's the start, it's what all happens during threshing, and it's the conclusion of threshing. All hail the threshing.
Here we go.
I feel like there's like some disease that sounds really close to that word.
I mean, probably.
I don't know. I'm dying. We're going to do a quick brief cap, and then we're going to probably just bounce around all the chapters. Is probably what we'll do because we're tired as heck here. So chapter 13 is, of course, where they are unleashed for threshing, and they're once again instructed to spread out. Your dragon's going to call to you, feel it in your bones. Don't grope up, it's not going to help you any. And at this point, there's 147 first years, and there's 100 dragons, or 101 because of Goldie. And then you actually find out in this, it ends up being 102. Surprise! And so we have that whole thing happens. And amongst these chapters, of course, Violet's trying to find her dragon. And then we find out that the Jack Bible squad of hating Violet is actually not trying to hunt down Violet. They're trying to hunt down Goldie. Pretty much they went, that's the Violet of the dragons. We need to kill it. Gotta help our dragon buddies out. The ego knows no bound.
Their egos are brutal.
Oh, it's bonkers. So we'll backtrack on that one in a moment. But of course, they hunt them down, and then Violet believes it's her duty to protect the dragon, which I guess technically it is her duty.
Yeah.
Because they pretty much worship dragons.
Yeah.
And so she does that, and a fight ensues, and she managed to get out alive, and she bonds with a dragon. And then you get the whole conclusion. So that's very roughly what happens.
Like, damn, we're just gonna...
That's roughly what happens in these 4 chapters. Yeah. So we're now bounce around and just free talk between the 4 and go into actual details.
A brief overview, and then we'll dive in.
We're just doing a little different here because we know for a fact we're not staying on track here.
Yeah, there's not a chance.
We used our brain cell, our singular brain cell up. It's gone.
Yeah, I don't know who has it now.
Not us.
Is the brain cell in the room with us?
Oh, I guess to get into some little facts to start at the beginning is threshing takes place October 1st. Look out, we're thinking of planning on doing a special episode for that. Keep a lookout in the future for October 1st because we're going to be working and planning on a special episode for threshing. And then it also starts at 9 a.m. So first thing in the morning, they have all day. Otherwise, they end up with no dragon or dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Ray and me were talking before this episode started that where it takes place, it's described as a bowl-shaped forest.
Yeah, that I don't think that'll ever make complete sense to me.
It's the way I think about it for whatever reason is you have this stretch of forest and then there's like mountains surrounding all of it or most of it.
But then I'm wondering, how did they get in there? Unless there's like,
I mean,
a singular cavern.
What's funny though too, because the college is like on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
So they would have had to like, I feel like come down from the mountain to some degree. I don't know. We don't know how they get around, especially since the first years don't have dragons.
Yeah.
So, questions that we may never know. And then I was just thinking the whole time, wow, I don't want to be there when it's raining because that sounds like it's prone to flooding.
Oh, yeah. It's flooding so bad every single time they get rain.
So, it's a little wild. I'm like, what do they do if it's raining? Because it happens October 1st no matter what. Interesting thoughts. Also, shout out to one of my comments here, which actually doesn't happen here. I think it actually happens in the previous set of chapters. But I made a note here saying Ree is the official nickname out of nowhere from Violet. And she doesn't use it all the time.
Yeah, just randomly.
It's like just randomly using your friend's first name for no reason. And it's also really funny too, because I don't know where, but they've mentioned, I forget who and all, but they'll mention swords and being strapped on the backs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always just like, if it's not, like if it's a long sword or anything big, that makes no sense. You're not easily getting that.
Yeah.
Now, if it's like maybe a short sword or something small, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. I think maybe it was Garrick, that had like 2 swords strapped to his back. And I imagine those are like maybe the curved ones.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
That's the only way that would make sense.
In this case, I think it was Rhee had her sword on her back. And I'm like, even if you're on a dragon, that makes no sense. Because it's like horse riders also have their swords, I thought, on their side.
Yeah.
So it's odd. And so that goes on. And then, of course, as I mentioned, we find out Violet doesn't really feel drawn to any dragons. She didn't during presentation. She doesn't know what she's doing. And then she climbs a tree to try and like maybe get something better.
Yeah, she's like, maybe if I go higher up, I'll be able to see more, which makes sense logistically.
She knows how to climb trees.
She does know how to climb trees.
She's a tree climber.
Certifiably.
She's a troublemaker. Explains so much.
Yeah.
And she realizes she sees Goldie off in the distance, the glint. And so Goldie is essentially, there's this open field among the trees, and Goldie's just right in the center. Like, look at me.
She said, look at how cute I am.
Oh, 100%. And when Violet climbs down, she then hears Jack's Bible Squad, who admits that they're going to hunt down and kill Goldie. The level is stupid.
Oh, yeah. Like, their egos know no bounds.
I understand how they were created in such a society, but at the same time, it makes no sense because dragons is the hierarchy.
Yeah.
They are the top dogs. How do you think it's your place to
go and kill one?
Any of the dragons?
Yeah.
And I get it. It's like survival of the fitness or the strongest, all that kind of vibe, but still.
Yeah. Like, bad idea.
So Violet thinks to herself pretty much and comes to the conclusion she has to go and save that dragon. She's like, she's so tiny. She like is relating to this golden dragon and seeing herself as the golden dragon to a degree. And she's like, I need to go warn this dragon. That's when we get into chapter 14, which is where they actually come to blows. Is Violet's trying her best, trying to get this golden dragon to save itself.
To leave,
which is really funny upon reading, because I just think to myself, because Violet's like, fly, can't you fly?
Yeah.
Comes to the conclusion that just because this dragon doesn't want to fly, that it can't fly. And I'm just like, Violet, how does this dragon get to presentation day?
Yeah. How'd she get there?
How'd she get to the middle of this forest bowl?
This forest bowl.
This forest bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just kind of funny. And then while she's 1v3ing her hate squad, her group, her hate club, which is also funny because Jack doesn't really do much. He just tells the other to go for her.
Yeah, he literally is just an instigator in all of this.
Bro's so terrified of losing his balls to Violet.
Yeah. 100%. He has major castration anxiety and needs to calm down.
And Violet is kicking their butts.
Yeah.
Really nicely.
It's also like, she does this and she's like, I know that this will probably kill me. Mm-hmm. But she's like, I have to save this dragon.
Savior complex? Now we know why she gets along with Dane. They both got savior complex.
Oh my gosh.
And she's kind of, she was that rule person for a moment there. Okay, anyway, to move on before
I have an existential crisis.
Dane's the male version of Violet, just with a little bit more issues.
Oh my gosh.
And then we also have Xaden being the stalker that he is, just in the background watching Violet.
Yeah, he's just like off in the shadows, just enjoying the show.
And it's even noted his dragons right next to him, glaring these people down And it's funny because they're kind of concerned, but also Xaden can't do anything. Rules state second years, third years, they cannot do anything.
Yeah, all they can do is watch.
But who's going to stop the dragon?
Yeah.
Like Sagael?
No one.
I mean, are they going to argue if Sagael did something that is Xaden's fault? But it's like dragons do what they want.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they still go for Violet, but they do kind of hesitate. And Xaden even helps out Violet in the sense of letting her know to like look behind her, basically making like trying to help as much as he can without actually breaking the rules. So it was interesting. And Violet's trying her best to save Goldie. And then this is when a black dragon shows up, and he promptly roasts Tynan. Bro had it coming.
Snaps for him. It was awful.
He was a traitor. Betrayal. He was the weak link because nobody wants a traitor in your squad. But yeah, he literally shows up and was like, Violet, move over. Violet's like, what? And then boom.
For a while, she's like, did he just speak to me?
He's like, you're a smart human.
Except for when she's not.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of sarcastic.
Yeah. Well.
And we find out eventually his name is
Terranok.
Yes.
Terran.
Yes. Terran. I just want to say knock.
He's Knock.
This is knock. But yeah, we find out his name's Terran, or we can call him Terran. I say we, Violet can, technically. And he has so many one-liners. I love it.
He's so fun. He's just a sassy guy.
He's a grumpy old man, and I love it so much. This is my favorite character. I don't think anyone's ever going to top him. He's my favorite. I am now worshipping the Bible of Terran.
The Terran Bible.
The Terran Bible. How to be a cranky, grumpy old man vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best character there is. Hands down, he's the main character now. I don't care. And so he even calls Violet. He doesn't even call Violet by her name at one point. He just goes, Silver One. Move. After Violet pretty much, she chased off Jack. Jack goes running because he's a coward. Her ex-squad mate dies via Terran. And Oren, I think his name was Oren or Owen.
Oren,
okay. Oren gets knocked out. Violet knocks him out. And he's the same one Violet first beat at the sparring mats, and he's held a grudge ever since. Man can't handle defeat.
I'm like, bro.
The ego.
Do better. I don't know.
Then we find out it's, as anyone who can assume, with a dragon talking in Violet's brain, that, oh yeah, Violet doesn't even acknowledge that this is in her brain.
Yeah. Until she hears him again, and she's like, oh, his mouth isn't moving. He's in my head.
It's funny, like this dragon would have used his mouth to talk in their language.
Yeah, he's just gonna start yapping at her.
So he picks Violet, and Violet has the very relatable reaction that I totally would too, which is, you picked me? What do you mean you picked me? You could choose somebody else. So it's really funny because Violet pretty much has fought tooth, nail, and claw with herself and everyone else to get to Threshing and get the chance to bond with a dragon and bond with a dragon. And now that she's there, she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, she's like, I didn't think I'd make it this far.
And it's like, girl, why did you not run off to the scribe quadrant if you didn't think you'd make it this far? Girl, come on, be real. So promptly, he's like, okay, climb up me now. He's like, you suck at this.
And she's like, but have you seen the size of you? And he's just like, yeah, one doesn't live centuries without knowing the space one takes up. And I was like, yeah, fair.
I love this dragon.
And he's just so sassy.
So he stretches out his leg for it to be like a ramp for her to climb up. And she promptly gets into the spot she's supposed to. And he takes off flying. And promptly, as we all know how this is going to go, she does not stay there. That was very amusing and entertaining and leads to questions. Because Terran is like, we need to show and tell. We got to show off. We have to.
He's like, I am a great dragon. We have to do fancy stuff.
We need to show off. And you can't fall off because you're making us look bad. Stop it.
Yeah, also whenever, like, he first comes up to her and he goes, "You're bleeding. Stop it." Had me cackling. Every time I read it, I'm like, yes.
It's beautiful.
Like, him, "You're bleeding. Stop." I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so it makes me go into some questions. Kind of like, is he showing off because he wants to show off? Who are they showing off for? Are they showing off for the humans or are they showing off for the dragons?
Humans, definitely.
Yeah. You pretty much, by the end of this, and if you think on the question, it's the humans. He is a legendary dragon. He is the dragon. He wasn't even supposed to be there. And he picks Violet.
Yeah, he picks who, for the entirety of this book so far, has been the weakest person there. And, like, he's this legendary dragon.
If he doesn't show off, people are going to have even a bigger reaction than what they did.
Yeah.
He had to do it, and he had to show. He had to be like, this is me, this is Violet, this is who I chose. And they were able to handle these crazy maneuvers without ever being on a dragon before. And so he made his point, and of course nobody knows that it was magically happened.
Yeah.
But that's why I get into, like, who's going to realize he did magic or not? I mean, all the dragons, as far as I'm concerned, would be aware to some degree or another. I don't think it would be as obvious for the humans, because what human would have had a dragon use magic to keep them on?
Yeah. They're not going to notice.
That happens. And then, of course, they land, and Violet has to get in line to tell them her dragon's name, which dragon she bonded to. And she has this whole thing with her mother. I don't even know if I don't think I took even notes on that, but I had wildly different opinions and thoughts than Violet did.
Okay.
So Violet has this whole one-sided beef going on with her mom. And the first time, and even now rereading it, I still have kind of the same opinions. Violet's kind of like, my mom's there to, like, oversee everything. And it's like, she's not even looking at me. She, like, the whole time throughout this whole, like, the start of the threshing and the end, she's like, my mom's not looking at me. I didn't expect her to look at me. She's embarrassed by me. She's very self-deprecating and taking all this on herself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is your mother who has her youngest child, her quote-unquote weakest, in here where she could die by a dragon by any second and actually get rejected. And I'm like, I don't think she wants to look because she doesn't know what will happen. And she has to look like the general.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was because she was, like, in such a place of power that she's like, I can't.
Favoritism either.
Yeah. Like, she's like, I have to remain, like, basically just stoic in all of it.
And then also to add to it too, when we go to the name part, they're all freaking out and they're like, no, do you understand what dragon this is? And the mother's like, shut it. She has to say the name.
Yeah.
And Violet takes this way wrong, in my opinion, as Violet instantly goes, oh, my mom doesn't believe this dragon bonded with me.
Yeah, but, like, also, how is Violet going to basically just hijack this dragon?
Yeah, that's why it was so outlandish, and it's, you can tell Violet's very turmoil to the point where she's coming to, I would think, outlandish thoughts. Because in reality, like I stated with the whole already show and tell with Taryn, the mother, if anyone says the name, would jeopardize Violet. There would be argument for whether Violet really bonded or not.
Yeah.
And so she wanted there to be no argument whatsoever. And plus it's probably rules are rules thing too.
Yeah.
So it's like a double whammy of Violet's a scribe, she's all this stuff. So one could arguably say she already knew the dragon's name before bonding.
Yeah, that is fair.
There's a chance of that somehow. Or like, because she's a general's daughter or whatever. Like, there's an argument. So I think she nipped it in the butt and was trying to protect her daughter.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so it's one of those, like, as outside readers, we can see more because we don't have the emotional stake in it.
Yeah.
Like Violet does.
Yeah, where she's, like, actively just pining for her mom's approval. And everything she sees her mom do, she's, like, pinning it against herself. Yeah. Basically.
And so it was very much an interesting thought on how Violet sees her mom even more so, because there's points where she seems really proud of her mom and really likes her mom, and there's other points where she seems to just absolutely hate her mom.
Yeah. To be fair, her mom did some shitty stuff. Like, was kind of awful just throwing Violet into this when everyone knew that she is frail and breakable.
That was a whole thing. And so we also find out that Violet's the 71st bonded pair to show up. Not bad. It's, what was it, out of 100?
102, I guess, now. But, like,
yeah,
from what they know outside, out of 100.
Not bad. And then, of course, she's one of the last. I think there's, like, maybe 1 or 2 that come in after her. But she's pretty much one of the last ones to be bonded. And then this, of course, where it leads to, after she gives Taryn's name, she also has to give Goldie's name and Darna. I always pronounce her last name different than what they pronounce it in the audiobook, because in the audiobook they say Andarna Urum, and for some reason, every time I read it, my brain says Andarna Nuarnum, which is probably wrong, because I'm dyslexic, but so that's how my brain reads it. But Andarna. Goldie. In which case that starts a whole uproar because once again, Violet's breaking tradition, essentially.
Yeah.
And so it's funny once again because the humans are throwing this whole uproar and all this stuff and insanity when it's not the humans' decisions, it's the dragons.
Yeah. They had no say.
It's straight up just the dragons. And so while that's going on, I think it's while that's going on. Because I don't think it's after. I think it's while that's going on. You have Xaden, Violet, and Dane bicker.
I think they're bickering after. Because after she tells both of their names, they're like, someone's like, she can't have 2 dragons. And then the Dragon Council has to meet.
Yeah, while the Dragon Council's meeting.
Yeah.
We're so tired.
I was like, I don't think we got there yet.
Yeah, that's why I meant, well, the dragons are meeting up and the humans are all bickering. And so this is where Ray had me note that Stain.
Thank you, Siri, on my phone.
That Xaden went and put Dane in his place and Ray was dying.
Anytime he puts Dane in his place, I live for it. I love it. Keep doing it.
The Xaden Dane ship continues.
The real enemies to lovers.
Someone who sneakily breaks the rules and twists the rules versus the rule follower with a stick up his butt. Best pairing. And so that whole thing was interesting because this leads me to, I don't remember if I brought it up in the last episode or not, but pretty much why doesn't Dane just make a deal with Violet? Why could he have not just like, hey, you've made it to threshing. Here's the deal. If a dragon bonds with you, that is like, okay, fair enough. But if a dragon doesn't bond with you, we're taking you to the scribe quadrant. You're not doing this again. That's the end of the line. A dragon doesn't like you, you go to the scribes. End of line, that's it. I don't know why he didn't just make that deal with Violet of some sort.
I think it was just because he was like, he thought she was gonna die. Like, in the gauntlet, and then in presentation, and then in threshing. I'm like, bro, she's made it this far. Give her some, like, what's the word? It's too late to figure out words.
Kudos?
Sure.
AO3 terminology. Anyway, so this is After Dark with the Book Bonk Podcast. We're actually pretty good. We're pretty good. We're not too crazy. Kind of on topic. Anyway, yeah. Oh, so this is also where it's stated too, which is really funny, and they get into a whole argument and stuff. And I did have these thoughts while reading that part where before and after Taryn shows up, as Dane does it very rudely, blatantly, and almost like very much throws out accusations straight up. Doesn't ask questions, anything. It just throws it straight out there. He did it without tact. He was like, did you know Sagail and Taryn are mated dragons? They are bonded together.
Which also, how's she supposed to have known this?
Nobody tells her jack crap about Xaden.
Like, you spent all this time trying to protect her from Xaden. And now you're like, did you know this about him? No, she didn't.
You mean Dane didn't tell you I have shadow abilities?
No, he didn't.
So
He doesn't tell her jack shit.
I don't think you're supposed to be gossiping about other people's sickness.
Yeah.
There's rules, and so obviously Dane follows the rules to a T. But it's really funny because he's worrying and stressed so much about his best friend dying, and he loves her and crushes on her, and she crushes on him, and all that stuff. But he essentially doesn't do jack crap besides give her the option to run away.
Yeah.
And so promptly, Xaden points this out quite back in a rudely fashion too. A little bit. Violet wasn't wrong in stating that Xaden kind of went a bit far with it.
I think he could have gone farther. Maybe with a knife. You know?
Take his own words of advice.
Uh-huh.
But to get to the point, basically, because Xaden was there when all this happened. Sigale was there, then Taryn shows up, who's bonded to Sigale. And so he brings out suggesting that I guess Xaden told Taryn to bond with Violet, which you can't tell dragons what to do.
Yeah. That's not going to end well for you.
So is Dane not quite wrong in the sense of would Taryn have shown up if Xaden and Sigale weren't there and probably telling Taryn what was going on? But at the same time, Violet was the one who he picked. It was Violet's actions. It was what Violet did. It's Violet herself. She earned it. She got picked.
Yeah, she protected this little dragon who people were trying to kill. And they found that admirable. Her and her paws.
Oh, y'all can't see this. It's funny. But yeah, she got no claws, only paws. Rar. See? Dark. We all lost it. We're not drunk. We're just lacking so much sleep. We might as well be.
We're just eepy.
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 But yeah, and so Xaden's like, do you know what you're accusing me of? And so he then even pushes back on Dane and saying, because they're not supposed to do anything. That's the rules. He's like, would you just let Violet die in front of you? If this were to happen, would you break the rules or not? And Dane doesn't respond at first. And Violet's like, you can't be doing this.
He can. And he did. And I appreciate it so much.
And he shoves for Dane to answer, and Dane answers in the way we all expected him to answer.
Yeah. It's like, I wouldn't break the rules to save her.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
It would break me. Clearly not enough.
Not enough.
But in defense of Dane, because
like you raised a good point earlier, and I will say that I still hate him.
If you break it all up here, Xaden is the wing leader. He's
top dog.
The top dog here. He is Dane's superior. Dane's a squad leader. He has to follow the rules, or Xaden is in the right to whatever the punishment is. For half the time, it's death. So, arguably, if Dane admits to, yes, he would break the rules for Violet, that brings in problems because Violet's his squad. Violet's underneath authority-wise, and Xaden's above. So, it's like, how else is he supposed to answer?
That will have lasting effects on his position.
Yeah. So it makes everything tricky. And plus, I also was talking to Ray off screen about this too. Off recording. But let's say even in the moment, it's one of those like, Dane truly believes that he would not break the rules. But who knows to say in the moment, would he actually let Violet die if 3 people were charging at her and trying to kill her? Would he actually not break the rules?
I feel like he would hesitate so long that it wouldn't matter. Because he'd be like, do I break the rules? But the rules! I can't break the rules.
So I think that's going to be a character arc potentially we see later on, maybe at some point, is him versus the rules. And as Ray pointed out, he might hesitate too long and lose somebody and regret it. But who knows? Because I frankly don't remember. And I'm so tired. I don't want to think too hard.
Yeah.
So that was a tit for tit have. And let's see, what other questions did I have while reading about this before we get to conclusions? Oh, yeah, my favorite. Why does Violet not take things seriously that needs to be taken seriously?
Yeah, I want to know what aspect in particular you were talking about with that one.
Jack.
Oh, yeah.
I think I talked about in the last episode, potentially, but it made me think so much. You have Xaden, who hasn't done anything yet, and you have Jack, who's given her every reasons to come for him because he's coming for her. He's done death threats. He did, I think at the start of Threshing or something, he gave her the I'm gonna kill you motion.
Yeah.
Like the crushed violets. This has been an active threat from day one, and she's just laughed at it.
Yeah. She doesn't have great survival instincts.
She doesn't even poison him once. Not even once.
Yes, she does.
Does she?
The orange powder.
Oh, you're right. The first time through. You're right.
Because I cackled.
Is he allergic to oranges?
Yeah, he is. Very allergic to oranges.
Man, I don't think I even wrote that in his file. I need to write that in his file.
In his file.
Yeah. Hella allergic to oranges. Okay, so now it's in his file, so we all know how to kill him. I mean, help him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, so, correction. She doesn't poison him after that, though. She's not petty. Man, I would have been so petty. Just like a little bit.
Yeah.
I would totally have gotten caught at some point if I was just that constantly.
I mean, she did.
No, just on one person.
Oh.
Jack, constantly.
I'm like, damn, why does Jack keep getting sick?
Oh, man. I would take the risk. I'm that petty. It's a safety precaution, you know? Gotta keep your enemies weak.
Yeah.
I mean, not weak. I'm just helping him get over his allergy.
Yeah, we're giving him immunity lessons.
Yeah, we're getting him immunotherapy. He just is unaware. Oh, that's so wrong on so many levels. But if he's like trying to kill me, I mean...
Yeah, every time she blinks.
Every time. Oh, also, she injures her ankle while running I think it's to protect Goldie.
Yeah.
And this killed me because this girl wraps and doesn't wrap her joints. And it doesn't seem like to have a rhyme or a reason when she chooses to or not. It's like, why did you go into Threshing where you're going to have to bond with a dragon and ride a dragon? You're not wrap any joints. No joint protection.
Her hands are wrapped because she was bleeding.
Oh my gosh. And so, I mean, I guess one can... Well, no. Well, yeah. Well, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it has a gauntlet and presentation, but there's a gap between them.
Yeah.
It's not straight into Threshing from that. So she could. I know, I don't... I guess because she's going rational thinking, which I still think it's really stupid, is she would think, oh, because our dragons might see her as weak because she has her joints wrapped. And I'm like, girl, you're weak because you didn't wrap your joints.
Yeah.
The risk to reward ratio here, you're failing at it. Plus, if you're like wearing pants or whatever, there's ways you can hide it.
Yeah.
And then that gets into the whole Xaden, Violet, and the dragons and all that, as Dane mentioned, is I did think about that. But as we've already discussed, Violet, I don't want to say won, but showed off who she was. But I also think Goldie was strictly there because she picked Violet. That's why Goldie was there.
I think so.
She wasn't just looking around and stuff. I think she was there because she picked Violet because Violet was the one standing up for her.
Yeah.
During presentation. Now, why does Violet not felt or notice she felt like she was drawn to Goldie? Who knows? Maybe it's also her mysterious attraction to Xaden that she doesn't pay attention to whatsoever. Who knows?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. But yeah, and of course, you know, Jack runs away, and I'm like, Jack's the weak one here. It's really funny.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Also, the idea of that they had of making their dragons wait for them while they hunt down to murder Goldie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the audacity. Like, if they picked us, they'll wait for us. Like, do you want to get smashed? Just stomped.
That's what cats should have done. I digress.
Honestly. So it's just the never-ending audacity with these men.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to, I have this in all caps, and Ray was dying, being like, what was this about? Why are you confused, Violet? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Literally, Xaden's over there and telling her to watch out behind her, and looked like he was about to step in to save her. And she's freaked out over that, being like, what is he doing? Why would he do that? Huh? And it's like, girl. I don't know. Maybe he has butterflies in his stomach for you too.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely does.
Maybe he had that way since before you stated your name, and then he went, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's you. I had to freaking like the girl who's one, a first year, and two, my nemesis's daughter. I'm never sure he really has beef with the mom past the whole, murdering the dad thing. But
yeah.
Nemesis is going a little too far. But yeah, so I thought that was a little bit funny. Is this girl really is blinded, I guess, either by herself or Zayden. Like she doesn't full blown have crap people skills, but like when it comes to herself or Zayden, it's crap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to Goggles.
Yeah, they will be looking goofy on their dragons.
Yeah, so Violet makes a comment that when she's on Terran flying around, she's like, oh, this is why they wear goggles.
Yeah.
I don't know how her eyes are open, period.
It's like,
all that wind?
Yeah.
Why do you even need to see? You might as well just close and hold on.
For real.
And also along with the thought process here where Ray adored cats.
Yes.
Cats equals dragons.
Dragon cat.
As far as I get in these chapters, and even during presentation and all that, these dragons act like cats.
They really do.
They're cats.
They're just little babies.
You don't pick the cat. The cat picks you.
There's a cat distribution system, baby.
Oh, now to get to the actual conclusion. Slowly. Allegedly. So one of my favorite moments in these 4 chapters is the reunion of where Violet, Riddick, Ree, Sawyer, reunite, and they all are bonded with a dragon, and they have really touching chit chat and whatever together, and they're saying their dragon names, and they're so happy. You were all with me on this. Happy that Sawyer got his dragon.
Yeah.
So great. And that Ree and Riddick made it out too. And this is where we find out that I think it was Riddick who stated it, that Tina fell off the dragon.
Yeah.
But also Tina was paired with an orange dragon.
Yeah, so honestly, dodged a bullet, I think.
I think the orange dragon actually didn't want to bond with her. He just wanted to kill her.
But why wouldn't you have just gone, fire?
Maybe it was testing her. It just, the orange dragons, the personalities and stuff were stated and given. I don't think matches with Tina whatsoever.
Yeah. I was like, 'cause she's just shy and quiet.
Yeah, like a green, a blue, or a brown. Maybe not blue. A green or a brown.
Yeah.
But an orange? It was an odd one. Of course, the Dragon Council comes back. Violet gets to be bonded with both dragons. We find out also that Orin, of course, is unbounded. He's the one that was knocked out. And we find out that the total number of unbounded are 41, which seems really high. It also, I think it's Zayden points out that, or Dane? Somebody points out to Violet that they're going to be gunning to try and kill her to take Karen.
Zayden.
Which, once again, what is these people's brain process thoughts? A dragon who's one legendary, wasn't even supposed to be there, picks Violet, and you're just going to off his rider?
Yeah, more of just trying to be look, I'm stronger than you want me instead.
It's just...
But that's not...
how it works.
That's not how it works, bud.
The dragon picks.
Yeah.
It's a very stupid thought process because that's not how it works. What do you mean the dragons just be if they wanted you, they would have picked you?
Yeah.
You now are I don't know, the idea of potentially pissing off a dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Or the dragon picks, not you pick, the dragon picks.
Yeah. I was I don't get any say in this.
Yeah. So it's just wild. And then this is where we have the branding, bonding, official dragon moments where the dragons put their dragon marks on their riders, officially closing the deal.
Closing the deal.
Making the bond.
I say, you are mine now.
They want your mind. And so they don't talk about it in here, but they'll talk about it later. But this is basically forming the signet bond. This is allowing them the magic, well, eventually the magic powers and stuff. And so shout out to Dade uncorseting Violet. I say shout out because I didn't realize Violet was wearing a corset.
Yeah, I didn't either for the longest time. I was like...
It's like, did Violet just be wearing
I guess, like, the...
dragon scale?
The dragon scale.
But I always thought of that, like, chainmail thing. So, like,
I was assuming it was, like, form-fitted to her.
Yeah, I guess that would be the corset, because otherwise you would have to undo that and then undo something else.
Yeah.
So, because she's clearly wearing it, because that's what saved her.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That would make sense, because that would be how form and everything, yeah. He undid the dragon scale corset, which nobody knows that these are dragon scales besides Ree, because Violet told Ree. And then Violet was able to share eyesight to see her branding on her back, her new tattoo.
Her magic tat.
Her magic tattoo. And then, of course, at the end of the chapter, Dane kisses Violet.
And she feels nothing.
In which case, I raised the point of she's now officially bonded to a dragon that's mated to another dragon. So how much does that affect things? Because they don't know.
I'd like to think that she had no feelings for him whatsoever, just by herself at this point. But
I like to argue, I think, as I mentioned previously, is Violet only knew of Dane. And she's been slowly losing that bond because they've been clashing.
Yeah.
And Dane's been worried for Violet, and Violet's clearly not worried for Violet. And so it's like if you're best friends with somebody, and let's say they adore oranges, your best friend loves oranges, and you're like, why you like that orange? You should like this lemon instead. And you keep bickering about it. And it's like, can you drop that? This is stupid.
Yeah.
Not quite to that level of silliness. But that's kind of the point. Is she's had enough. And is pretty much has stated, stop this. And he keeps bringing it up. And so could one argue why he should or shouldn't stop? I didn't write this as a question. But this is what I was thinking the first time I read it through. It was interesting that Taryn called her Silver One. And I think I actually had it maybe as a comment on here, but he was like, I know who you are. I know what you are.
I know exactly who and what you are, Violet Sorengale.
Yes. Which brings into questions of what's exactly going on with Violet. Spoiler alert. I don't think we get that answered whatsoever in this book.
No, we didn't.
And so it's interesting because then it makes questions and stuff of, does she have something? Would that explain why her and Xaden were instantly attracted to each other? Who knows? I don't know. That's for certain. I barely got past book 1. Those are kind of questions and thoughts and things I had while reading. Taryn is the best character ever. To go off.
You're doing great.
Yeah, can you tell I'm tired?
A little bit. Me too, though.
Shout out to this episode where you find out officially I ramble and become incoherent while I'm tired, and Ray just gets quiet.
Yeah, I literally just kind of, my brain shuts down and stops working, and I go.
I just tell my brain to keep going, and my brain goes, where's the wires? We don't understand.
I don't compute anymore.
I told Ray, I was like, you know what I find funny with Taryn's character design? Is I feel like that should have been how the Darkling was in Shadow and Bones. He should have been a cranky old man. At least had some snarky old grumpy man vibes. Because he's like 120. Well, he's not 120, but he is 120. I'm not explaining that, but he tells...
What does that mean?
It means he doesn't keep track of how old he is, so who knows?
Gotcha.
But he told Violet...
I don't think he told Violet anything.
He tells Alita... Selena asked, and he's like, I don't know, 120? Something like that. It was 100 something. And Taryn's like 100 dragon year old. And I'm like, it'd be better if he had that vibe. Instead, in the books, he gives the vibe of like whiny a little bit. It's like, it's funny because he kind of plays the I'm old card, but then he also acts like he's 20. And it's a weird thing that I wish he just
stop doing.
Yes. Shout out to at some point, Ray. I'll convince Ray to Shadow and Bone. Probably a TV show.
Like one of these days.
See, anything else for these chapters?
I have a question. Alrighty. So, we know during threshing that some people get scorched by dragons. And then some people fall off of the back of theirs on the flight back.
Oh, I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, you did.
For the flight?
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned because the one chick.
Yeah. Which would you rather, if you had to die in this, scorch or fall?
Well, you also got the third option of your fellow first mates killing you.
Yeah, I feel like that's the worst option.
Having your fellow brethren hunt you down and kill you?
Yeah.
And I'm just over
here. Why
are
you contemplating that as an option?
And I'm going over here like, that was the worst option. I kind of like that option. I could have asked them, like, communicated them to be quick, and then someone's going to be like, no, the quick option is fire.
I feel like the quick option is falling. You go splat and you're done.
Well, there's a chance that you actually heart gives out beforehand and you die in the air.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of heights.
See, I would choose falling off of dragon just to say, like I'm going to live through. Gonna say that I've ridden a dragon, but I guess in like afterlife I'll be like a ghost. I'll be like, did you know I rode a dragon once?
Or your friend could have been like, I saw them on the dragon. Then I saw them fall off the dragon.
Then I did not see them on the dragon.
Then I heard them scream.
And then they went splat.
And then I looked away.
Yeah.
And just one single tear.
R.I.P.
And I went, I'm going to totally steal that pair of shoes they had before I burn their stuff.
That was my favorite pair of shoes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the dragon just does it all in one go if they just incinerate you. Because you hardly have stuff at the moment.
I don't know. I have a healthy fear of being burnt to death. I don't know why. Like right up there with drowning for me. I feel like those are like the two worst ways to go out.
Oh, yeah. Slow burn. Yeah. Both are horrible ways.
Yeah. So, like, I've been skydiving. I've fallen out of the sky before. I had a fun time.
Insane.
Like, I'd do it again.
I think my order of things would be hunted down by my peers.
An interesting start.
Just for context here, for date, everything, for the D&D thing, I too also picked the murder option. Like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta protect my partner, meat shield. I picked probably the most traumatizing option for both me and them. I'll just throw myself as a meat shield and kill and die in front of my partner. It's very tragic. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of therapy.
Yeah. So we already know I don't have good options thought process here. So I picked the hunted down by my peers, then incinerated by a dragon, then fall off a dragon. That's the order I would pick my death.
See, I wouldn't want to give my peers that kind of satisfaction of killing me. So that's last. Easily last. Fall off, number one. Because ghost me gets to be like, I rode a dragon once. Heh. Sucks that you haven't.
Hear me out. Plot twist to being hunted down by your peers. So you're hunted down. I'm resisting saying Jack Barlow just to keep it. I don't because that would be funny, but we're not going there. You're getting hunted down by your peers. You come across the one comes across you. They want you dead. You walk up to them, and instead you have a love story that's really tragic as they plunge their sword into your gut.
No.
You were having fun times beforehand, and they're like, you were fun, but you don't go past this plot. This is as far as you go, and then you're like, do I get at least a kiss goodbye? And they said sure, and then plunge the dagger as you kiss, yeah. And they're like goodbye, and you're like goodbye. This is after dark with it.
I was like, I don't like this option.
Gotta be dramatic. Go out, Or the other option. Ready? You're walking around. You see your friend. And then you see a dragon, look at them, and you realize, oh no, they made the wrong move. And then you jump, and you shove your friend out of the way, and you get scorched.
I thought you were about to just start quoting Shia LaBeouf. You're lost in the woods. And then you see him. Shia. He's coming at you on all fours. Shia. I really thought you were going to start quoting. I was like,
I forgotten
It's like-
about that.
So did I until you said you like started what you were saying with that like tonal inflection, and I was like, shut off. And I think you unlocked a memory for me.
See that so long. Well, it's a
Gold.
masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
Oh yeah, no, it's so good.
Yeah, so like you need some drama to go out. I feel like the least drama is just falling off a dragon. Unless someone's watching, in which case, fair enough. Then a little drama. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like getting hunted down by your peers, you get more options. Or hear me out. Here's another option here. That's just as tragic as all the others. Your peers are hunting you down. You're getting hunted. You find your dragon. You bond with your dragon just as you find your dragon. And they're like, yo, climb up. They show up.
Knife in your back.
And knife in the back. You fall for it. Your dragon's like, well, I guess I gotta pick somebody else.
Your dragon's like, damn, I picked wrong.
And they look at the person who threw that knife and went, yo, what's up? Nice aim there. That was nice square, dead center. Got them in the heart through the back. It was an insta-kill.
No.
Anyway, so my name is Chilly, and I feel like the best way to go out is I am forever freezing cold and just constantly cold. So I look at the dragon and I'm like, please make me feel warmth again. And then I'm incinerated.
Yeah. And you learn what it's like to be inside of the like sacrificial fire pit.
As we all lose it and spiral into insanity. So what would y'all's answer be to Ray's question? Pick your choice here. You got my subbed answer of hunted down by your peers. Fire extinguished. Not fire extinguished.
Fire unextinguished.
Incinerated. Falling to death off a dragon. And now my fourth random option I shall also throw in there.
Hunted?
No.
Oh.
Instead, your second years and third years are watching one that breaks the rules and kills you.
I would take that over being hunted.
So yeah, hunted down by your peers, somebody breaking the rules to kill you, dragon incineration, or falling off a dragon.
Falling.
I mean, hunted down by the peers seems like the fun option.
No. It doesn't. Intervention?
We're not going to talk about my trust issues with people here. This is therapy, okay?
Book bonk therapy. Trademark that.
Book bonk therapy. This is where after dark we become therapists, and it's just insanity and none of it's therapy, and RIP. We've gone over chapters 13, 14, 15, and 16 in this episode of the Book Bonk Podcast. Next episode, we will be going over chapters 17 through 20. Unless I lied. I don't think I'm lying.
I don't think you're lying.
This is After Dark with Chilly&Ray on the Book Bonk Podcast, where who knows what happens because we won't remember until I go to edit this.
Yeah.
So go ahead, subscribe, however that goes. Send us a message, email, give us your answers. Send us any questions. We got nothing better to do. Unless it's me coming up with tragic endings.
It's like, except for thinking of ways that you would rather die than falling off of a dragon.
I don't do heights, man. You're not going to get me on that dragon to fall off.
See, I would think that until Taryn goes, I won't tell you again.
Fair enough.
And then, like, you don't really get much of a choice.
Fair enough. In that scenario, if it's Taryn who told me to get on, I would gladly fall off.
Answer.
And I'd be like, old man killed me, old man dragon, I'm down with that. That is perfectly okay with me. Alternatively, if Segale.
Yeah.
She can incinerate me too. I think all I had to do is slightly look at her and I'm just...
Yeah.
She got temper, man.
Bad temper.
She's... So this is After Dark with the Book Bonk Podcast, which y'all didn't know you needed. Nor do you know if you ever want to need it again. Gotta need that dough with Shia LaBeouf. And this is where we end.
He's running the woods. Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.